Hi guys, it's Honey here, and this is me at 24. I didn't originally plan to make this video. I thought that 3 was a pretty good number to leave the age reflection videos at, because if I just kept going, eventually I'm going to get to a point where I'm making a me at 86 video, and I don't think anyone wants to see that. But a lot of good things did happen this year, and I wanted to give it the shout out that it deserves, especially because due to the pandemic, my 24th year of life has felt like one big smudge. And I didn't want to let all of the chaos detract from the good things that did happen, so here we are. This is me at 24. Let's start with some good news. It is June 2021, which means it has officially been a year and a half since I successfully weaned off of my thyroid medication and kind of went into a remission for my hyperthyroidism. I was diagnosed almost 9 years ago, and that was when I started taking the medication. And it took us a little bit of time to get the dosage correct, but once my levels were more stable, my doctor and I tried unsuccessfully a couple times to wean me off of it. Some people, once your thyroid levels become stable, they're able to get off the medication and still remain stable, so that was what we were shooting for. My doctor said that most cases that aren't able to wean off the medication after 6 years usually have to stay on it their whole lives, which sucks for me because last year I was already past my 7th year taking the medication and being unsuccessful in weaning off of it. But she was really patient with me and she let me be stubborn for one more year, and we tried one more time and it was actually successful this time. So I've been hyperthyroid medication free for a year and a half now. It has been so lovely to have my body and my hormones be mine again and not be controlled by any sort of medication. And the symptoms that I usually felt with my hyperthyroid levels fluctuating, I don't really feel those anymore. So I've been focusing a lot more on doing stuff that I didn't used to be able to do. So recently I've been working on my cardio endurance. My current goal is to try to pass the mile run test because I'm still really salty about how poorly I did in gym class all those years ago when my hormone levels were out of whack. My heart rate would just jump way too high and I wouldn't be able to breathe every time I tried to do anything that involved cardio. And so I wouldn't be able to finish the mile run, or at least I wouldn't be able to finish it under the time limit that my school gave, and my teacher was not happy about that. After the first lockdown was lifted and our COVID levels were much better, the gyms opened back up again and I started running every morning, and I developed a kind of love for it. I really like just listening to an audiobook and just like turning my mind off and running for like an hour before I even get my day started. But we're back in lockdown again, so I can't go to the gym anymore and I really miss it. I miss my morning run. It's okay though, because once the gym's open again, I can get back to it, and now I have a new hobby that I can enjoy that's actually pretty good for me too, so that's a nice bonus. One of my biggest goals for the past year was to tackle my sense of identity and belonging head on. If you didn't know this about me already, I'm from Thailand, and at the end of 2019 I moved back home to Bangkok after a few years of living abroad. And initially I felt pretty lost and I felt really out of place. It's my home country, but I hadn't been here for so many years, and the years I wasn't here were very important years where I was becoming an adult and growing up into the person I am now. So now that I'm back as this completely new person, I felt out of place. I've always known that eventually I'm going to move and settle in a different country permanently, but I thought that this year would be a great opportunity for me to kind of come back home for a little bit and try to find my identity within my home country and try to carve up a little space for myself here. And I am happy to report that in 2021 I have officially done it. I feel great here, I feel at home here, and I feel like I belong here. And a lot of the credit goes to the fact that I really did try to put myself out there this year, and I reconnected with a lot of the close relationships I had back when I was living here, and I made new relationships, and I kind of carved my own little corner of Bangkok, and I love it here. I'm really proud of myself for that. If only high school Honey could see me now, going for runs without having my heart feel like it's gonna explode and my lungs feel like it's on fire, and also just generally feeling so at home and feeling like I belong here in my home country. It's great. Let's see, what other updates do we have? Not much has changed about my appearance. My hair still looks kind of the same. I still wear the same type of makeup, even though I really don't even wear makeup at all unless I'm filming videos or there's a special occasion or something. Oh, I started sewing. Yeah, I started sewing. That's my new hobby. And this is a dress that I made all by myself without even using a dress pattern, and I'm pretty proud of it. It's definitely not perfect, and the zipper at the back is as crooked as my spine, but it's a Honey original, and I'm really proud of it, and I think I look damn great in it, if I can say so myself. This is my current apartment. It is small but perfect. I've moved apartments twice since I posted my Me at 23 video, and that video was posted in July 2020, so suffice it to say that this past year has been quite hectic. I will admit that I do miss seeing trees and a sweet suburban scene outside my window, and I really miss having seasons that aren't just summer in various different forms, but the Bangkok skyline is absolutely beautiful, so there are definitely perks to living so high up. Alright, so I did set a goal for myself for when I turn 25, and I really don't want to mention it in this video because it scares me to say it out loud, but I know that if I say it, I'll be held accountable to actually doing it, and also we're all about embracing vulnerability here on this channel, so let's do it. My goal for when I turn 25 is to throw a birthday party for myself. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but hear me out. There's a perfectly reasonable explanation, even though technically reasonable is relative in this case. But for me, there's a perfectly reasonable explanation. In my little introspective journey, I found out recently that I have a lot of hesitation when it comes to giving the trust that is needed to put someone I care about in a position where they could let me down. And this fear kind of bleeds into a lot of different parts of my life, and this is just one of the parts. Whenever there is a milestone, like a birthday or a graduation, I am very reluctant to let myself look forward to it and to celebrate it and ask other people to celebrate it with me. I'm scared to let myself get excited about stuff because I'm afraid that it won't end up as well as I hoped that it would. But not letting myself build up hope for things sucks in so many ways because, one, I don't get to feel that sense of hope fulfilled when stuff actually turns out good, and when it turns out bad, I feel disappointed anyways, even if I set myself up for it. So for next year, I want to get incredibly, uncharacteristically excited for a big event. And I want to invite the people that I love to get excited with me. I know it sounds stupid. It sounds so stupid. But it's really not. It's really not. It's not right to just plaster the word stupid on stuff that might seem small, because it can still be really important to you. And this is an avenue that makes me feel very vulnerable, and I want to tackle it next year. It also kind of makes it sound like I don't have any friends who love me and show that they love me. I definitely do. My friends are lovely people. It's just I personally don't let myself get excited for things that I want to try to challenge that. So here we are. Next year, I plan to throw a little birthday party for myself and get really excited about it because screw having trust issues, right? Alright, that's it for this video. This is me at 24. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. So this is it now. 24. I still count everyone I kiss. The bitter ones still taste the best. Talking tap to find a crack. Pries open till my nails turn black. Time and time again. Sweet, sweet irony. Could not care less if you love me. But hate me first, yeah, make me work, that's perfect. Baby, I'm a funny thing. I'm walking if it doesn't sting. Heartbreak only means that it was worth it.